Hey, what's up, Rattlers? So right now I'm in Amsterdam, Netherlands, and I really want to find out what it's like to be an exporter-importer here in Europe. So I'm here at DDI, which is Dutch Dragon Imports, and I'm going to go in and talk with Xander, and I'm going to learn everything there is to know about exporting and importing reptiles in and out of Europe. I'm Dāv Kaufman, and I am obsessed with reptiles, and I have been since I was 9 years old. 25 years later, I made a trilogy of award-winning movies about them. Now my life is all about touring the world in search of them in wild places, and checking out some of the most awesome breeding facilities and reptile expos while I'm at it. So come with me and join my reptile adventures.
At Zilla, we are dedicated to the innovation of caging, lighting, and equipment solutions that provide proper husbandry for your pet's long and happy life. To see our entire catalog, visit zillarules.com.
So Xander, how did this company begin?
It began out of a hobby. We started with breeding some dragons, and then we imported some. Some people ask us, could you ship our animal also? And then, it became more and more. So now we don't breed that much dragons anymore, but we ship them way more.
Gotcha, so you ship more than you breed now.
Yeah.
This is a European species.
Yes, exactly. And we normally have them always, because we know some European breeders that will provide us with the species.
So if somebody wanted to, let's say, export this particular lizard, what kind of costs are they looking at?
For example, if you want to ship one of these to the US, we charge $125 home delivered. So it's with the FedEx and with the export. We sell this species for like 85 euros, and the shipping cost on this one would be like 125 US, and that's from Amsterdam to your home address.
To your home address.
Yes. And then every next one is like 50 extra. So the more you have, the cheaper each animal.
Oh, that's okay, because I know that in shipping from one end of the United States to another, it can be over $100. So 125 for shipping is actually very reasonable from Europe.
Yeah, that's what we try. We try to make it good for everybody. And for us, it's not really the matter if it's an expensive animal or not. It's for us that people can have an animal cheap at this place.
Absolutely. So what is the hardest part about being an exporter?
That you're depending on other things that you cannot control, like delays on planes, the weather, delays by FedEx. That's the hardest part, because people ask you a lot of questions about it, and we ship a lot of animals, so we always say like no news is good news. Yeah. And if something's wrong or we need to contact someone, we do. But people have to understand that we the animals first, and then the contacting about.
Sure. And what kind of paperwork do you need to export out of Europe?
It's depending on the species. Normally non-CITES, we don't need much paperwork besides a health certificate. But we fix it with the vet, of course. But other than that, it's not really that we need permits or something for non-CITES.
So it's pretty easy to export out of Europe.
If you know the ways, it's easy. But it's like they need to know what kind of paperwork they need from me, and I can arrange the paperwork.
I see.
I could ship everywhere, but some countries ask more, like origin papers, or it's no problem for us, but they need to know what we should provide them paper-wise. Right. There's another species that we have in stock at the moment, and you don't see them much, the Euromastic Tomasi. But it's a really nice lizard, and we have some good breeders here over in Europe. So we could provide paperwork. It's CITES animals, so it takes a little bit longer to get the permit. But then normally the 3 months later, we ship at least every 3 months. And normally if we have them the first shipment, then the next shipment the papers are ready and we can export them to you.
All right, so for all the Euromastics enthusiasts around the world, how much would this particular
These sell like 400 euros.
400 euros for those.
And then the shipping.
Yep.
And you get the CITES permit, that's also 100 euro for a permit. But yeah, that's the price. So.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, that's a good price for those. So how long has DDI been a business?
Coming February, we are here 10 years.
10 years?
Yeah.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah. So.
Great.
Last week we had 29 exports with over 10,000 animals. And of course, sometimes things can happen, but we try to solve the problem always. But with these numbers, yeah, it's not possible to have every single animal stress-free at the new house.
So 10,000 animals in 29 shipments.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. So let's talk a little bit about packing and how do you pack over 10,000 animals in 29 shipments?
No, so we collect the animals at the ham show for the clients. They give us list. We collect them and then we bring them back here to Amsterdam. Then we empty the cars, empty the boxes, search for all clients the animals. And then before we pack them, we clean the boxes, we water them and make sure they are okay. Then we fill the boxes and then we try to get them out as soon as possible, like from Monday till Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We get them all out, and if they need more care, we take more care.
Sure.
But it's a pretty big job to do.
Yeah, it's a system.
We are with 6-7 people here to take care of all, and yeah.
So you have 6 to 7 full-time employees?
No, we have 3 full-time employees and some extra help from friends.
Gotcha. Okay.
They also help us at the shows, and yeah.
And you pay them in lizards, right?
No, just in good times.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So right now in the United States, Colubrids are making a huge comeback and they're becoming more and more popular. Are you finding that Colubrids are becoming more popular in Europe?
Not particularly in Europe, in my thoughts, but I think in Asia the people really like the bull snakes and also still the corn snakes, milk snakes, king snakes, but especially the bull snakes and the pine snakes, they're really hot at the moment. So it's really interesting to breed those and have those, and sell those.
I kind of like hearing that.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about the more popular reptiles. So, you have tons of bearded dragons and tons of leopard geckos and tons of crested geckos. Are you, producing those and exporting those?
Yeah, for sure the cresteds. We produce a lot and we ship a lot. And also we breed some Chihuahuas geckos and gargoyles. And bearded dragons we also breed, not that much anymore, because we have good sources for the babies. So
are bearded dragons becoming more or less popular right now in Europe?
I think it's pretty much the same.
Stable, yeah. I think it is in the U.S. too.
Yeah,
actually, everything kind of ebbs and flows, and peaks and valleys and things.
Now with the dragons, because a lot of times we had new morphs like Donner, Zero, Whitlids, and at this moment it's like a little bit nothing new.
Right. So we're in a little valley, but
sometimes it will pop up again, and then.
So as soon as a new morph comes out, then we'll hit a peak, and
that's how it goes.
Yeah.
Basically with all the species, of course.
Great. So can you show us some of the crested geckos you have?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. All right. So this is the crested gecko room.
Yeah, correct. Here we breed a lot of geckos. So we have mainly we have nice morphs because we do a lot of wholesale. So we want to have the shops and the wholesale companies to have a nice variety in animals. So that's basically what we do. And of course we have some nicer morphs. For example, the lily white.
Who doesn't love a lily white? Oh wow, look at that one.
One of the females. So the lily whites, they come out of the UK, and they grew them up and they proved them, and now they are going all over the world.
So how many crested geckos do we have in this room?
We have about 350 adults.
350 adults in here?
Yeah.
Wow, and this is one of the species that you do breed and export?
Yeah, and we have the Chihuahuas. We have.
I love the Chihuahuas. So are you breeding the Chihuahuas here?
I have like 30 adults, but they are with my sister in my sister's house.
Ah, gotcha.
Because we were a little bit out of space here, and she wants to take care of them, so we basically built some cages there.
Yeah?
She takes care of those, and then the babies are here.
So this is the leopard gecko room.
Yeah, exactly. Here we breed the leopard geckos, and then basically the females are together in groups, and then the males we put them random, not random, but like this week he stays here, next week he goes there.
Sure.
And then we just fix it a little bit and check if the genetics are nice for the customers again.
Sure.
And it's for variety that's the most important for us. Yeah.
So what is your favorite breeding pair here?
I like the mandarins. Like the mandarins, the real orange. Orange ones.
And how many leopard geckos are you producing every year?
I think this year we produced 150.
150?
Oh yeah, something around that.
So this is the snake room.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, here we keep some ball pythons, the bigger ones, the babies, corn snakes, some king snakes, and it's also something like the leopards. We started like a half year ago, so we start collecting animals, and then of the ones we buy, the ones we like, we keep them. And then I hope like in 1.5, 2 years we are able to breed more and more.
Yeah, fantastic. What's your favorite ball python morph that you like?
I like pieds.
Pieds?
Banana pieds.
How can you not like pieds, really?
It looks pied like.
Oh, look at that.
It's banana, champagne, pinstripe, head red, pastel, head pied.
Wow. That's a lot of genes in that snake.
Yeah.
But it's het pied, so those are just massive ringers. It looks pied, but
it isn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, your ball pythons have really huge ringers in Europe.
Yeah, I hope to make more and more people happy with animals from every part of the world. Ship other animals, and like I said, we always do our best. And for us, the big plus for me, myself, is like I see so many beautiful animals, all kind of species, just because of the shipping. And that's a big plus of the job.
Yeah, I bet it is.
What I really like.
You get to see all the cool animals come and go.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, really nice.
So rattlers, you know, a lot of the Australian species like bearded dragons, they were imported legally into Europe through the zoo system, and then the zoo system sold the excess that they had to the private sector, thus bearded dragons and carpet pythons, and a lot of the Australian species got into the private sector legally that way. Then they were legally exported throughout the world, especially to the United States and Canada, and really that's how we have a lot of our bearded dragons and carpet pythons and other Australian species. They were exported through Europe. So I'm going to be in Europe for a couple more days. I'm going to film some more awesome episodes. So hit that subscribe button, and when you do, hit that bell so you never miss an upload. Like this video, share this video, check out Patreon, do all the things. And until the next reptile adventure from here in Europe, love the planet, feed your reptile obsession, and rattle on.